Beneath the shifting sands and whispering pines of North Carolina's Outer Banks lies one of the oldest unsolved mysteries in American history, the story of the Croatoan people and the vanished settlers of Roanoke Island. For more than 400 years, historians, archaeologists, and storytellers have searched for the truth behind a single word carved into a wooden post, Croatoan. It all began in the summer of 1587, when more than 100 English men, women, and children landed on Roanoke Island. This was England's bold attempt to establish its first permanent colony in the New World. The settlers, led by Governor John White, built homes, planted crops, and tried to forge peace with nearby tribes. Among them was White's daughter, Eleanor Dare, who gave birth to Virginia Dare, the first English child born in America. But soon after, the colony's supplies began to run low. Governor White returned to England to seek help, promising to come back quickly. Yet his return was delayed by war between England and Spain. By the time he finally made it back 3 long years later, everything had changed. The fort stood silent. Houses were stripped bare. No bodies, no signs of battle, no clues except for one haunting mark carved into a post, Croatoan. That single word became one of the greatest enigmas in American history. Croatoan was the name of a nearby island known today as Hatteras, home to a friendly Native American tribe that had often traded with the colonists. Could the settlers have moved there? Or had they been taken in by the Croatoan people, blending into their community over time? Over the following centuries, explorers, historians, and locals all searched for answers. Some claimed to find traces, European-style artifacts buried in native settlements, blue-eyed children among coastal tribes, and words of English origin in local dialects. Others insisted the settlers were wiped out by disease or warfare. Yet a thread of evidence kept leading back to the same place, the Croatoan people. By the early 1700s, accounts from travelers described native groups along the Carolina coast who spoke broken English, practiced Christian-style prayers, and built wooden homes like Europeans. They grew crops similar to those brought from England and used metal tools long before traders arrived in the region. Even their appearance puzzled observers, darker than Europeans, but with lighter hair and eyes uncommon among native tribes. Many scholars began to suspect that the lost colony hadn't perished at all. It had survived by becoming part of the Croatoan tribe. Their bloodlines mixed, their customs merged, and their languages intertwined until the two communities were no longer separate but one. Centuries later, this theory found new life through the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina. The Lumbee, who trace their ancestry to both native and European roots, have long believed that their origins tie directly to the Roanoke settlers. Their oral histories speak of ancestors coming from the sea, bringing strange tools, clothing, and customs that set them apart from other tribes. Even their surnames like Dare, Brooks, Berry, and Lowry echo those recorded among the original colonists of Roanoke. In the early 20th century, state documents even referred to the Lumbee as Croatoan Indians, recognizing this connection. Yet, skepticism remained. Were these coincidences or proof of a hidden chapter of early American history? In modern times, archaeologists have uncovered artifacts on Hatteras Island, fragments of English pottery, gun parts, and tools dating to the late 1500s. Some bear marks identical to items known from the Roanoke settlement. These discoveries suggest that at least part of the lost colony may indeed have found refuge with the Croatoan people. DNA evidence, while still inconclusive, has also revealed a complex ancestry among the Lumbee, one that includes both European and indigenous roots. If true, this means the lost colony didn't vanish into myth. It adapted, it survived, it became something new, a living fusion of two worlds. Today, the descendants of the Croatoan and Lumbee tribes still honor both sides of that heritage. Through language revivals, cultural festivals, and ancestral storytelling, they preserve a legacy that might just hold the final chapter of America's oldest mystery. The Croatoan mystery reminds us that history isn't always written in books or carved in stone. Sometimes it lives in people, in the color of their eyes, the rhythm of their language, and the stories passed from one generation to the next. So, when we ask what happened to the lost colony of Roanoke, perhaps the answer has been here all along, not lost, but living, in the descendants who carry both native and English blood through the heart of Carolina. If you liked our video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.